So you mentioned you had your daughter during the pandemic. So I'm just so curious, like, what has that been like for you guys in Maldives? Like, how have you guys adjusted to this kind of new normal? And what was your birth like? Would you guys have new regulations and things that you had to follow?
Yeah, my daughter was born in the March, and that time the like it wasn't like this. I mean, it was slowly the cases were increasing, and then since then the government has actually put some restrictions like mm, we can't. I mean, not everyone can go to the hospital. On like I remember like my family, my relatives, they were like so mad at me for not letting me them in the hospital to see the baby. Like when I brought her to the home also, it like they were like calling me and telling me like why can't I let them in because they just want to see the baby. But it was my newborn, so I was like really scared for her. I don't want like anything to happen to her, obviously, right? So yeah, I think it was like really challenging for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I can only imagine like already with, becoming a parent during this time, but during a pandemic when,
Yeah.
all these
And
new things coming out.
then we had the lockdown, I think after 1 month, and then we have been at home for like maybe 4 months or something, and then still I did not take my daughter out. So like when I used to go for the vaccine or something, she'll be like crying when she see other people. It's like a new thing for her, right?
Yeah, yeah, because she's probably just so used to being at home right now.
Yeah, so she thought this is the only world like inside the house, only her mom, dad, her grandma, and her aunt. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm so interested because every country has had its way of like dealing with the pandemic and setting different rules and stuff. So I know like a lot of moms out here, like they weren't able to, I mean, some weren't even allowed to bring their husband or their partner to the hospital.
Yeah,
Um,
I was lucky. Like that time, it was not like this. I
because you
can
were like right
imagine.
at the beginning.
Hmm.
Let's kind of talk about, so you were in the hospital, your husband did get to come, and then once you went home, you start breastfeeding. What were the hardest parts about breastfeeding, and what did you kind of like learn through your struggles with breastfeeding?
Sometimes, like it was since this is my first baby, so it was very difficult for me. Like I don't know how to, like how to feed her or anything. Even though when I was in the hospital, I was like told how to do like this, how to feed and all that. But still, like when you come home, you're alone. Like yeah, my mom was there, so she was also helping. But I think like when you're new for something, you just need some time, and I think you're the only person who can teach you, like, right? Not anyone else can do that.
Hmm. Do you guys have like a lot of like community support, or like obviously this could all be like before the pandemic, because I know a lot of things have changed, like even out here a lot of classes and hospital support have all kind of moved virtual. So did you have that kind of like support for like breastfeeding, or just different kind of like classes or support to kind of move into motherhood?
No, actually, we don't have anything like that here. It's just that when you give birth and when you are at the hospital, from there they will just tell what to do and all that. We don't have any kind of like a community or something like where they can aware you of something or like that. I just did my research and then I just went through the Google, like how to help myself, because there were some days that I had like so many things in my mind that no one can actually answer or like no one can help me with. So yeah, I think the Google was the everything for me.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I think that's all it takes is like just kind of seeing, what's out there. Yeah. Googling, seeing other people's experience and getting help that way. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that's awesome. And I think it's so cool that you guys had that like like you have your family around you, so you have support from your mom and your aunts close by you, because I think that's a huge thing to have that community, close knit community around you.
You know, my mom was there always for me.